What's happening? Shit.
Here, hold on.
Hurry.
Alright.
Just...
Alright, I think we should be out.
Fuck, come on! It'll happen in 5 minutes, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
that's fair. We can keep talking. She was gonna be pleading eyes to get.
And then, of course, it's decided to be a little bitch and then not come out.
She's been downing Sprite to try to like prep and have it ready.
Watch, it'll happen like right before it's time to go.
Like right before break.
And with that, we'll break.
That would be so perfect.
God damn it. I failed.
There was an attempt.
There was an attempt.
An attempt was made.
I rolled a nat 1
Aw.
on a burp.
No, I think a nat 1 would be throwing up all over the table.
That's true.
Yeah, let's maybe not.
Yeah,
So it's more like a 3.
that'd be worth avoiding.
You saved your con check there.
I'm trying to swallow air to see if I can just push it out. Hold on. Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, it's Sprite.
Burp the baby.
Trying to.
I'm trying. Just, I mean, can you imagine if you hit me so hard? It's like,
Oof, I'm right in the line of fire too.
I wonder if you can light a burp on fire. No, there's no sulfur in it.
No, it's wrong.
If there is sulfur,
Wrong
something
gas.
is very, very wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I was trying to think about it.
Oh, God. You saying yeah, no, just reminded me. I feel like you guys will appreciate this. Tomorrow, or yesterday, at the pumpkin patch, they had this dragon that was like mechanical, and it was made to like, it said like dragon feeding times, and you waited for the show, and they fed it pumpkins, and it basically just like smashed them, which was really cool. However, whoever they chose to be the dragon could work on their improvising skills or their you could tell, I think, that they had a set amount of like, jokes prepared.
Oh.
But everything in between was like, oh, yeah, no, so anyway, let me tell you about this. And it was just like strings of those kind of buzzword phrases.
I didn't realize it was a Midwest dragon.
Over and again. I didn't hear any opes, but probably would slip out at some point.
We should go
Yeah,
to the
it
pumpkin
was
patch
Yeah, I
next-
know.
a little
this
cringy.
weekend or next weekend. It's
Oh,
a
no.
good time.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
you
right? See how long that lasts.
Okay. So who has...
He said we need to go to one since
Oh.
like I have some free time coming up, and I'm like, yeah, let's see how long that lasts.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that free time.
Who
Squeeze it
has potions of healing?
I think
I
she
think I
does.
have one.
Regular, please.
Regular?
I have.
Thanks.
Pretty sure I do.
Let me see.
It's under inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a potion of healing.
Is it regular or greater?
I have both regular and
Greater.
greater.
Got yours.
Give me that tail.
You had a greater, you said?
Mm-hmm. That's what it says.
Cool. And then, is that it? We're all passed out?
Yep.
Cool.
No, we're awake.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
It's
not
a bad
Well,
joke.
let's see if I can fix that.
No!
Uh-oh.
Are you saying you're gonna bore us to sleep?
There are many spells that can cause people to pass out. No,
You can't put
I
him
was
to sleep.
I was talking to Courtney earlier, and I was like, I'm really excited for today. I'm really curious about like how things are gonna go, where you guys are gonna go, and everything. And she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm not trying to be ominous. It's just you're in the palace. There are many different paths that you can take. So
Yes.
I'm like curious to see like. where this
We're
is
fighting
gonna
a
go.
dragon right now.
You are fighting a dragon right
way
now.
you said it, though.
We're very definitive
Jabberwock.
about what's happening right this second.
Yeah, we can't really think about that right now.
We need a Vorpal blade.
Yeah.
Lewis Carroll reference.
I almost forgot we were still fighting a dragon. I was like, oh.
The Jabberwock.
If you are good for top win.
To walk around a Jabberwock. It's tricky. We share a dream of Zav training to join the Inquisitors, which I think he will definitely do really well in. And Dahlia picked flowers and crafted a lay wreath to adorn the Wrath Guardian. We gave the bull a good lay. He gave us his crown, and he went through the bull door. We took a look at Sir Talavar's package. He gave us a long pipe. The bull played some spider stomp, and we returned to the garden and made a crown of red roses for the big envious pussy. We also plucked some colored roses and planted them into our hole of holding. We crowned Envy, found an escape vehicle in case of emergency, and continued further into the castle. We found a library watched over by the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay. He informed us that the Evil League of Evil is unfrozen and tending to parts of the castle. We resisted the urge to grab some floating jewels. We stumbled across a Jabberwock. We took quite a few hefty blows from the creature, read for God Zybilna's name, and all of us but Zav spent the last round doing nothing but listening to the terrible burbling of the creature.
Oh, yeah.
And still finding ourselves in danger of bloodshed. End of session.
That's right. He launched that mega attack, and then he's like, okay, guys, your turn, and you're all like...
Yeah, basically. Okay. You guys to upper room. So, last we left our heroes. You had successfully solved the riddle of the crown of thorns and roses, and then imbued the crown with the powers of both Wrath and Envy, the ethereal guardians of the outer palace grounds, allowing you to unlock any doors within the palace marked with the lion or bull heads. You explored several rooms, ultimately deciding to make your path along the western entrance, through the carriage house containing the crystal-adorned royal carriage and immobilized glass pegasi, briefly skimming over a sludge-filled tower with multiple cages, seemingly a makeshift prison, and the still form of what would turn out to be the very much not time-frozen Zargash, dark cleric of the League of Malevolence. A fact you sadly only discovered too late, as he had escaped away once you moved on to the library. There, encountering a man, unfrozen, and seemingly most interested in making sure you exited the library as quickly as possible. Sean informed you that 3 of the League remained within the palace, seeking the means to release Ringelrun from his time lock and to take his staff of power. The leader, Kalek, his right-hand man and terrifying protector, Warduk, and his dark cleric, Zargash. This was also when you discovered Zargash had been in the previous tower, and that he had likely fled to the throne room to inform Kalek of your presence. In a frantic search to ascend to the throne room, you wound up passing by a spiral staircase and into the next adjoining room, which just happened to be the ballroom Sean had warned you was where the Jabberwock had made its den.
Making its den.
With some unfortunate clanging of armor, the beast was awakened, and before our heroes could retreat, had set its eyes upon them. Drawn into battle for the first time with your new companion, Dahlia, you survived the first few rounds of onslaught from the foul, gurgling, and crazed dragon. During this fight, you hear Elkhorn say the name Mercion.
Elkhorn! Yeah!
Upon seeing the frozen cleric racing beside Zybilna for the cauldron. Zoretic is able to make it to Zybilna and attempts to call upon the unicorn horn to free her. This time, drawing the horn is to return is much more difficult than the second time you used it in order to free Dahlia.
Mm-hmm.
Zoretic, you feel as though the horn almost did not come this time.
Mm-hmm.
But as you speak the name Zybilna, you unfortunately find that the magic does not take root, and the Archfey is not freed from her time lock. It's worth noting, Zoretic, that upon getting close to her, some part of you recognizes this Archfey.
Oh.
The memory blinks across your eyes in heat of battle with the Jabberwock as you recall another battle, clear as day. Shortly after having joined the Paladin Corps, you had been sent to defend one of the smaller outer towns near the capital. There it is! You got it! Nice! Excellent!
Important backstory information is happening right now.
It just wanted to take its time. I roll back.
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't hold it any longer.
You're like, stop talking to me! Okay, you recognize the Archfey. Memory blinks across your eyes in the heat of battle with the Jabberwock as you recall another battle, clear as day. Shortly after having joined the Paladin Corps, you had been sent to defend one of the smaller outer towns near the capital of Revelor. Upon repelling a wave of raiders, you had caught the vision of this woman from the corner of your eye, beckoning you. As you rushed around an alley corner toward her, you instead found 2 raiders that had cornered a small group of 5 children, likely trying to take them as hostages. One girl, slightly older than the others, held a wooden sword toward them as they laughed, screaming for them to stay away. Before they could advance on the children, you flew forth, drawing upon your divine power to manifest your white feathered wings. 2 raiders were dispatched before they were even aware of your presence. You used your wings to cover most of the violence from the sight of the children. And when you were found by some of your comrades and villagers a few moments later, it was just as your wings were fading away. Your compatriots in the Paladin Corps began to spread the story of the winged hero and protector of children, beginning your rise as a revered member of the Corps among citizens. You'd almost forgotten the face of the woman who had beckoned you all those years ago. Yet, here she stands, seemingly unchanged from that day to this.
Bum, bum, bum.
As the battle continues, beyond the fiery eyes and razor talons of your foe, the crazed burbling of the Jabberwock begins to seep into the minds of our heroes, causing Dahlia and Eric to lose their focus and miss their next opportunities to attack. Then, truly getting into Anna's head, the halfling was overtaken with the crazed burbling and finds herself inadvertently attacking her new compatriot before reason returns to her. Elkhorn, for his part, was so overtaken by the burbling that he fled the room.
Bravely ran away.
Fuck this shit out.
And with him went a wee.
Yahoo!
So, fates.
Cool.
Here we begin again.
Turn order.
Yes. So,
I'm dead fucking last.
at the top of the round, the Jabberwock circling above you, readying his next attack, crazed, burbling still, spewing from its mouth. You notice, again, it appears to heal some of its wounds ever so slightly.
What the fuck, bitch?
Don't like that.
So, I need to...
Fuck off.
So, where's my screen? There we go. So, is it a DC? Yeah, it is. Okay.
That's also not it.
So, top of the round. There's my... That would have helped to have the encounter going. There we go. Let's see, so Zoretica, you are on deck. The Jabberwock, what is he going to do? Let's see. So Elkhorn just fled from the room. I would say, it's still most angry at Zav, I would say, after that really
That awesome attack.
Yeah.
particular attack for it. So it is going to harm you here. It will make its 2 attacks. Uh, 24 to hit.
You know it hits.
You know it hits!
Is this 20 foot?
Wow.
Yeah, I will quote Laura Bailey on that one.
So it's gonna be one of these. Okay.
We're in a mood.
Uh-oh.
I think
That
was
sounds like a
bad.
lot of damage.
No, I think he rolled bad.
That was very bad.
Oh.
That was very,
Fuck
very,
you!
very bad roll.
Yes.
So
See, I'm-
that
I'm-
one-
I'm learning these size.
that's 13 points.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm making.
I
a lot
hope
of
you
noise
roll
over here.
like that on one of your attacks.
I'm just kidding. You're fine.
Second attack, 20 to hit.
Meets it. Beats it.
Beats it, yeah.
Second attack. That's a bit better.
Dick.
21 points
Oh.
on that one.
Heard of it. Wait, why you do this? Don't do that. Just do that. There we go. Yeah, that hurt it. Is that right? Did I accidentally do it twice? I can't do math. Look, I'm not an accountant anymore. I can't do math anymore.
So yeah, that's
So,
that's
it's-
gonna be its turn. I think it's gonna stay put from where it is. Actually, I'll say it's actually gonna notice Zarek and start moving toward you.
Sorry, you said
because-
the last one was 21, right?
yes.
Thank you. No, that's right. Okay.
So that is the Jabberwock's turn. Zarek, you are up. Please roll a.
Oh.
What are they? Is it wisdom? 1 second. This is. Charisma saving. Sorry.
What do I have to beat?
18.
Are you? Oh my god.
You have inspiration. Brought food.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, so
It's very good
Try
tea,
again.
Brandon. It's very good tea.
It's a very good tea.
Is it?
So chocolate mint.
does a 28 beat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it back. Get it
Sorry, my plus 10 saving throws.
Get it.
Oh
charisma.
no.
Okay.
So you have your turn to play. You still do not are not able to do reactions.
That's fine.
But yeah.
So because it happened last session, I don't remember it. Out of character, Damien, can you remind me the true name of Zybilna, please?
Igvild.
Igvild?
Igvild.
IGGWILV, Igwilv.
Igwilv.
Sorry.
Okay. So
Igwilv.
in character, now that Zav has told me that in the last round, I will try one more time as my action to hold my hand up and say Igwilv.
You say
Very good.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So for this,
Roll 3 different types of dice and they all have to match.
Oh god.
No.
That would be a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so please make a wisdom save for me.
Wisdom save.
Jesus.
Okay. Okay, so that's 15.
15. You take 10 points of psychic damage,
Jesus.
but you are able to successfully draw the unicorn horn forth.
Mm-hmm.
As you reach out again, this one, as the horn forms in your hand, there is a shock of pain that radiates through you that causes this. You can tell that like this is causing more and more anguish each time to draw.
Yep.
Just because of the frequency of this day that you've done it. And you speak the name, and you see the power sort of swirl around the Archfey, and then dissipate away.
Uh-oh.
Are you?
What?
This is not the correct name.
Bitch!
Are you kidding me? Guys, I don't think I can do that anymore. And I think I'm incapacitated for at least, a couple seconds. Sorry.
Any movement or bonus you would like to do?
As a bonus action, can I try and shove that cauldron over? Or is that an action? It's probably an action. So I probably can't.
Yeah, I would say shoving would be an action. I'll say for the bonus though, sort of getting a sense of it, you might be able to move it, you might not. There's a lot of magic emanating off of this thing.
Okay.
So it may be particularly rooted to this spot.
Gotcha. Is the dragon close enough to me to where if I move it, it'll get an opportunity? Because I know he came towards me, but I don't know how close he came towards me.
You're not entirely sure.
Son of a bitch. I am just going to about face and kind of protectively guard with my shield.
Okay. Alright, so that is your turn. Zav, you are, sorry, I didn't give you on deck.
How
Zav,
dare
you
you.
are up. Dahlia, you are on deck.
Is this thing a fae?
Ooh, good question.
Or a fiend, perhaps?
While we're on that topic, does anyone remember if it was particularly resistant to anything or susceptible to anything?
I have no idea.
My radiant
I haven't
damage.
hit it yet, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
My radiant damage was pretty.
Useful.
I will say, so, what would you be able to... I'd say if you roll for your bonus action or Arcana check, I can give you some information on like what it might be.
That's
but,
fair.
But it would take a little bit to get that.
Okay, we'll try it. Because we might have something if we. 13?
13. You're unsure what this creature is. It is a dragon. But beyond that, you're not sure if there are fey elements or fiend elements to it. You're not seeing anything overtly obvious to that.
Yeah.
So, best you can tell, it's just a dragon. But you're not entirely sure.
Just a dragon. He was
dragon
man. Okay.
And I'm sorry. I also need you to roll a charisma save.
You fucking would.
I'll allow the check without. But yeah, I keep forgetting.
9.
9.
I need to put it.
Please roll a d4 for me.
Fuck you. 4.
4. What is closest to you? I think that's going to be Eric. You rush toward Eric.
No!
Please make a melee attack.
No, I don't want to.
This is very rude of you.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Oh, I hate it. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Does a 26 hit you?
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm so
probably.
sorry. I rolled an 18 and I have a +8 to hit. Because I'm strong.
Because you're strong.
I'm sorry.
Hopefully you do low damage.
That's the goal.
Even if I reacted with shield, it would not help me in this moment.
I'm so sorry. Please be bad. Okay, that's not bad. 7 total damage from my spear. I'm sorry. Do I at least have the frame of mind to be like, I'm sorry, I can't help it?
After the attack, you do come out of it,
Mm.
but you have basically lost your turn. You have no actions or movement.
Okay.
But you can speak to him that like.
It's the dragon, I'm sorry. Please.
So,
At least you can heal.
That's true. You're the first priority.
Dahlia, your turn.
Doing?
So,
Not dying.
First, I will have you roll the charisma save, please. So the
boy.
d20.
Okay.
Actually, 1 second. Let me double check this just to be sure. This is 30.
Oh sure. Check after I'm
That's good.
stabbed.
That's good. No, he was in the room form.
Just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say
Rolling.
Rolling up your dice.
Rolling up the dice.
Sadly, you are both in range. So yeah, go ahead and roll the Christmas. Save.
Fuck.
You were right at the edge of it, but
So add your charisma saving modifier.
Sorry. So 15?
Yes.
You wanted to
15.
remind me?
15.
I rolled a
Roll
1 on
D4
that
for
one.
me.
Roll a d4.
The pyramid one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I should.
I thought she had to beat an 18.
What?
She had to, yes, she had
Which
to.
one?
What'd she roll? Sorry.
15.
Oh, I thought she said 19. I'm like, what?
One?
That's a 1.
Okay,
One.
What? Oh. Don't like this. I don't
The
like this.
the burbling gets too much into your head, and you are unable to take an action this turn.
Rude.
So you are kind of fixed to this.
I know,
This
Alphonse. I
So
saw him.
you've had Anna like come at you, like hit you from behind, and that burbling still is increasingly in your head, and you're just unable to focus and do anything against this creature at the moment.
Rude.
So, Eric,
Who's on deck?
you're up. Anna's on deck.
I am.
So we are here, sort of underneath it a little ways, and next to Zav, who just took a swipe at you. So
I'm sorry.
please make a charisma save for me.
He might hit me back. Who knows?
Right.
Ooh. Well, 16.
Please roll a d4.
Oh God.
We're in trouble.
This is a difficult creature.
Charisma is not Eric's strong suit.
Yeah.
How close are you to me?
1.
Are you within 10 feet of me?
Let me check.
No.
I
Just within.
would say
Probably
probably not, but
Okay.
let's see. We will say. I'll say that's like natural reach, and that's about 4.
Dang.
No.
Damn.
It would have to. Yeah, you were sadly just barely out
Right.
of
Damn.
the 10-foot range. So, one, you said
Yes.
you, after having been struck by Zav, the burbling gets into your head and you're unable to move, kind of fix the position, and your turn passes, sadly.
Okay.
Anna.
Can I use my inspiration to reroll that? Am I adding anything?
It's your charisma save.
10.
10. Roll a d4 for me, please.
Which is the tiny thimble thing.
The pyramid.
Yes.
4.
4.
I'm gonna die.
We're gonna all. He's gonna TPK this entire fucking game.
Good thing I have a backup character.
4.
If I die, I'm making my dumpster wizard.
Please make a melee attack against Dahlia.
No!
Oh,
She always does this.
I didn't do anything.
Poor girl. Her in-character first exposure to us was like us fighting each other, and now we're fighting her.
Hold on, math.
She must think we're fucking nuts.
14.
I take 14?
No.
14 to hit. So what is your AC?
It's meets it, beats it.
Oh no.
So your AC is 14.
Oh, yeah.
So hold on. Let me check real quick.
I'm using my hand axe.
Yeah. Whatever that was outside.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you have shield. I want to say that was one of the spells that.
It's from my Aunt Vicky.
So if you want, you could cast shield. It would cost one of your first level spell slots, but that would increase your AC and you would not be hit.
Sorry,
So,
repeat.
If you would like, you can cast Shield,
Oh.
which will increase your AC to the point where you're not going to get hit. It costs one of your spell slots.
I would love to cast shield.
Cool.
Cast on shield.
Then it misses.
Boom.
Cool.
Yay!
And then I think you would cast. Yeah, so I did. So you got one spell slot more for the lightning bolt. So yeah.
Fine.
So yeah, you after the burglar gets into your head, you were attacked by Anna. She is profusely sorry, and you see her like rack again and raise her axe a second time, and you just instinctively put up your arm, and a wall of arcane energy is created between you and Anna, and her strike of the axe glances off of that, and you are unharmed.
I'm gonna say to her, we need to get out of this room. I can't take movement or anything.
No, it is fixed
Cool.
to you.
You
in position.
TPK this. You're sleeping downstairs.
You're gonna be cold.
I don't care.
It is now Elkhorn's
He's
turn.
gonna be alone.
Elkhorn, get to your cleric friend and freeze her so she can heal us.
He feckin' ran.
Elkhorn is out of range.
That's true, he did run.
He does not have to take a charisma save.
Thank fuck for that.
So Dahlia and Anna, as all this is happening to you, you notice Elkhorn, after running away 25 feet, kind of like comes to himself and like looks around, almost wondering where he is,
Elkhorn.
and turns back to run toward the door frame. So he's going to
Oh, buddy.
use, let's say, 15 feet of movement to get right about there into the door.
Into the door.
And he is going to use two of his dagger attacks.
What?
So,
On what?
On the
Oh, he's throwing.
yes, he's throwing daggers at
So I was just picturing a little dwarf trying to go.
Unfortunately, he has done this once before. He only has 4 daggers, and he's done this once before and not been able to retrieve the others yet. So this is the last time he's going to be able to do this until he retrieves the ones from the ground they threw before. But
Got your son.
the first one is a natural 1.
Oh my god!
Thankfully, there's no one in path, but he's like stumbling and still coming out of the haze of
Literally trips on his own.
of this dragon and goes to throw it, and he just like lobs right over the full path of the dragon. The second one is a little bit better, but probably not going to. That's just an 8. So unfortunately, he throws the second one. And it is on path for the dragon, but its tail whips back and forth and knocks it out of the air. I will say back toward him, so he is at least able to recover one of the daggers. But
Well, that's great.
that is his turn, and he's going to sort of like, what is this beast? And kind of looks at the two of you. And that brings us back up to the top.
Oh
of the
my god,
round.
he's not gonna run away from the room.
He doesn't know why he ran.
Oh my god, he's fucking stupid.
He did only come back in far enough to make the throw, so we'll see if he is in distance or not for the next one.
Now it's up to the Jabberwock to attack us again.
The Jabberwock heals a little bit again at the top of his turn.
Because of course it fucking does.
Does not get his power back. Okay, it is going to swing around over Zybilna, and it will. Let's see here. It's going to come down. It almost seems like it's being protective of her, and it will make 2 attacks toward you.
Yeah, I figured.
So. $17.
No.
Immediately no.
15.
No.
The attacks both miss on you. It is not able to get past the shield as it is like trying to like wrap itself partially around Zybilna to protect her, seemingly protect her from you. But that is the end of its turn. Zoretic, you are up. Zav, you are on deck.
Thank you, on deck.
Okay.
Zredek.
I have to roll
Please
with
make
it.
a charisma save for me.
Yeah, it's like a 27. Alright, I'm gonna attack it with my longsword since it's low to the ground.
It has lowered down. It is within your reach.
22.
22 definitely hits.
Okay, I still have the branding smite from last time
Mhm.
because that wasn't used yet. I'm also going to expend my last 3rd level spell slot to do my divine smite. so
Okay.
this is gonna be a lot of damage, hopefully. I don't like that. Okay, so it's 5, 10, 15, 20. It's hard for me to concentrate when somebody's whistling.
No, sorry.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Well, the Alphonse has his eyes closed.
No, wait,
His
5, 10,
tail is still
15,
He's a happy kitty.
37 damage.
Ooh,
So what?
I like it.
What type of damage? So there was slashing from your main attack, correct?
So yeah, so there's 1d8 plus 6 slashing,
Okay.
and then the branding smite does 2d6. Where's my branding smite? That's radiant damage. Yeah,
Radiant,
2d6 radiant damage. So that's not 9 radiant damage, and then if I do, we'll just use this one, and that's my 7 normal damage. 7 normal, 9 radiant, and then 5, 15, 21. What's my divine? Is that also radiant divine? It's also radiant damage on the divine as well.
And sorry, what was the damage for the divine smite? Or are you still set to do that?
No, I did it all. So it's 7 normal, and then I could just give it to you all together because the rest of it is all radiant.
So it was 7 and then 9 and then
5, 15, 21. 21 additional radiant.
Okay. Cool. So, and then let me see. So branding smite. Effective 2/6 which becomes visible if it's invisible, and it sheds dim light in 5-foot radius. It can't become invisible until it spells. Okay. So let's see. So after this strike, the Jabberwock begins glowing. You can see it took a lot of damage from this. It is pretty hurt at this point.
Good.
And definitely angry. It stands its ground, sort of like one of its talons in front of Zybilna, and sort of readies itself toward you.
Second attack. How does 18 do?
18 just barely hits.
Thank God. Okay. Another divine smite will expel a 2nd level slot. So that's 1, and then 1, 2, 3. So normal damage will be 10.
Okay.
The additional radiant will be 19.
Oh man. So this second swing, you can see, cuts a deep gouge into the talon that it was like holding forward toward you and in front of Zybilna. And it is hurt. It kind of like crumples to the ground a little, catches itself. And you hear the dragon sort of screech out at you. But it is
Godzilla.
it is hurt. It is having trouble sort of righting itself at this point.
That's all I can do.
Yep.
So it's
And you're gonna stay put where you are.
Yeah, it's too close. I mean, I know it's protecting Zybilna, so it may not be able to do an opportunity attack, but I'm still gonna not try and retreat just in case.
So you're facing for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can just should have...
Yeah, there's like a broom thing up there.
yeah, that's my spectral weapon.
Which has that gone?
No,
Hmm.
it lasts for a minute.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's still good. Okay, so Zav.
So is the Jabberwock then on the ground now? You said.
Near the ground.
It is near the ground. It is still like barely hovering, but it's got its talons sort of like perched around Zybilna, but it is very close to the ground. And let me see. You are still, unfortunately, within its burbling range. So
God
please,
damn it!
please make a charisma save.
22.
You save from the burbling of the Jabberwock.
Yes.
So,
Okay, so how far away is my spectral weapon from it?
I would say 20 feet will get you.
Let's
within
do it.
striking
Yep,
distance
because
for
it can
so-
move 20 feet. So bonus action, going to move it 20 feet and have it attack.
Okay.
19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Yay! Where's my... So 1d8, what is the mod? Oh, it should be plus 3. Okay. 7 points of force damage. Bonk.
Bonk. Very aggressive bonk.
Aggressive bonking intensifies. Where's my hoopty? That's not very much, to be so honest. Sorry, I was looking at the thing. Alright, so then for the main action, we're going to try another guiding bolt.
Okay.
Oh boy, it worked really well last time.
It did, in fact, work really well last time.
It sure did. Please, dice gods. Dirty 20.
That hits.
Casting this at 4th level, by the way. So that's a 7d6. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Okey-doke. 5, 8, 11, 14, 16, 18, 19 points of radiant damage.
19 points. How would you like to do this?
Woo!
Yeah! Oh, that was terrible. That was so
Watch the elbow.
There! Ah, we'll get it next time.
Non-dominant.
That's fine. So I think what he's going to do is, you all kind of remember seeing that memory of him like doing the guiding bolt at that trading dummy not very long before this. It's gonna actually look very similar. And his face kind of contorts because he's just pissed off that this thing has just been dogging us essentially and making us hurt our friends. So he just he's like swirls this glowing golden orb in his hands, and he just kind of manipulates it for just a moment. He takes a look at it, then just right for the face.
In your
fucking face!
All right. So,
With the whatever word it is, who knows?
shaking off the burbles and everything from this that caused you to attack your ally, you turn forward and you see Zoretic unleash heavy attacks upon this creature as it sort of like crumples down and looks like it's going to protect Zybilna. As Zoretic finishes off his last attack, the creature kind of like edges itself back up slightly and roars back out at Zoretic in front of him. Right as it does this, you unleash the guiding bolt, which travels forward and goes straight into the dragon's mouth.
Oh,
There's
sick!
an explosion from like about a third of the way down on the neck that just blasts the head completely off.
Oh my
separating
God.
the
Metal
body.
as fuck.
Okay.
Sick!
The rest of the body crumples down, wrapped around Zybilna.
What her name actually is.
What's your name?
Tony!
Tony! Hey, Tony!
What?
Go fuck yourself!
What's your name?
Ezekiel!
Go fuck yourself, Ezekiel!
Bring ourselves back into.
And see.
Yeah. So as all of this happens, normally, because you all kind of watch the dragon closely for a moment, because having seen it regenerate multiple times through the round, you're a little concerned about this. However, you see sort of a slight burbling of the body, but where Zoretic's attacks had hit, there are these giant slashes, and the regenerative energy comes up to those slashing marks, and then dies off. It required slashing damage not to regenerate, so it's very lucky.
Oh,
that
interesting.
it did that right before this attack.
Wow.
Otherwise, it would have gotten back up.
Is anyone familiar with the poem? Like the
The
Jabberwock?
Jabberwock one.
Yeah.
I know it
Slightly.
is a poem, but I don't know it.
It ends with the head having to be removed from the creature
Mhm.
and taken back to town. And it has to do like specifically with having a vorpal blade to do so.
That's an
Huh.
So that's cool. Had to be slashing damage.
Sorry.
Guys, I think I need a nap.
So you all kind of collect yourselves and regroup after this battle.
Can I harvest that piece of shit?
You piece of
Yeah,
shit.
let's see.
Can I stick its head in our hole?
I mean, the
Phrasing.
head doesn't exist anymore. It kind of
It kind of
exploded.
exploded.
Well, the head was blown off from the body, but
Oh,
it was blown apart at the neck. So, I have a full segment on harvesting.
Oh,
Give me just a moment.
I'm gonna grab a little more tea.
How dare
Do
you?
it.
Tea's the best.
I might get some too.
Well, we're almost
It
at break.
warms the
Mhm.
Oh, that's so twill.
warms the soul.
Anyone who doesn't like tea, I don't trust.
I bought this tea from the farmer's market a few weeks ago that literally tastes like fall in a cup. That's amazing.
That sounds like happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome to come over and
I
have
usually
some.
put a bunch of honey in it and
Ugh.
I just
Say
prefer
less.
it.
So
Do you want me to roll for it?
I would say this is a survival check.
Okay. 16.
16. So you are able to extract all 4 of the dragon's fangs.
Okay.
The main fangs. You are able to take. There's been a lot of damage to it, but there are 8 of the scales of the dragon that you're able to retrieve.
Okay.
And I'll say it's a fairly lithe creature, so this one would be about 5 days worth of meat.
Damn.
Can I steal its tail?
I'm gonna say the harvesting of the scales and everything, you basically had to take
Okay.
them from the body and tail and everything.
Anna's just gonna say to herself, Juniper, and be done with it. Rejupe.
So
Thought it was banana.
as you all collect yourselves and sort of regroup from this, Zav, you were able to get a good look at Zybilna at this point.
If that's her
If that is your real name, which it isn't.
And you recall a time when you ventured into the woods with your brother
Into the woods.
to play with some human children from your village,
Oh.
only to be turned upon and attacked by them. Belagog got away as you protected him, and then you were able to run in the opposite direction, but got lost. And after wandering the woods for several hours, avoiding the other children, you recall seeing a ghostly visage of this woman. And she directed you and seemed to cover you when the other children were, the human children were nearby, and walked with you until you were able to get close to the village just as darkness was beginning to fall. And once the village was in your sight, you turned to thank the woman. She was gone.
So I've seen her multiple times. Because there was also Jake also gave me a previous vision, so I wasn't sure if that was like supposed to replace Jake's or
No, I think
or in addition to.
You're seeing her again. You're remembering another time that.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Eric, you had also gotten lost out of the city once after dark, wandering the streets, trying to find your way home. You'd come across a run-down building that during the day you had assumed was abandoned, and it now seemed to have several members of the city's underbelly hanging around, entering, leaving. There was raucous noise, people talking. Everything about this place spoke to you that you need to get away from it, and you attempted to turn and try to avoid the place, and directly ran into two 20-something criminals who pushed you up against the wall with a knife to your throat. This is, again, when you were a child.
Who does that to a kid? Jesus Christ.
You had received some sword training by this point, but both of these men were still more than twice your size, and easily overpowered you. As they started to go through your pockets, this woman walked past, her hand brushing through the hair on the backs of each of their heads. She was disguised as if to blend in with the various degenerates, but her face and hair were the same, and it was this woman. The men took this action as an invitation and turned toward her. Hey, baby, looking for some company tonight?
Ew.
You knew about that.
And they just start laughing. And laughing. And laughing and doubling over laughing. Seemingly so amused with themselves, the two fall into this giggling fit.
Hideous laughter.
Mm-hmm.
And as she reaches out and takes your hand, she walks with you several blocks, holding your hand in silence. When you eventually looked away from her, the path ahead, you noticed once again you knew where you were. And she let go of your hand, smiled, waved, and then walked away. The part of you wanted to follow, but you knew you were already late getting home, and your father would be upset. So you took off in the direction of your house instead. Anna.
Face.
You've seen Zybilna many times.
Am I her
The
favorite?
first,
On the faces of all the children.
the first being the night after you fled the camps. All the terror and bloodshed of that awful night still spinning across your mind. You needed to find water. As you sought through the forest, your druidic powers not yet fully developed enough to help you. You called out to the spirit of the woods, and this woman came.
You're not wrong.
She was clad in vines, flowers, and moss, but her hair and face were the same. She would always come when you needed direction to forage for food or water, but never spoke. You survived much of your first year in the wild due to her direction. You'd always assumed that she was an old druidic spirit of the forests, but here she sits, the Archfey, Zybilna. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and take our break and have dinner.
It's like, and with that.
And scene.
Who is this woman? Who is she even is a woman?
What is that?
Well, I was completely useless during this battle.
You
It happens
are
Get
Okay, Mike is back on now. So
Oh, did it miss my burp?
I think it might have.
Fuck.
yeah.
Okay, so we return to the scene in front of us.
I thought that's what I thought he was gonna say too.
To the scene of the crime.
I'm like, listen, this thing attacked us first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
It was Legally Blonde.
Oh, that's right.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that part.
So
Wow.
you all sort of collectively catch your breaths, have your revelations of this archfey in front of you, combining fey in front, realizing that she has been protecting various children throughout the time that you've experienced everything. You also know that you have just come from the library into this area. You know that there was a dark cleric probably sent to inform the other members of the League of Malevolence of your presence in the palace, and that this battle was not particularly quiet. So, it's what would you like to do?
I can't do it here.
Guys, that's not her real name. It's not Zybilna. It's not Eggfeld. She got some other true fucking name. It's not a name. Elkhorn.
And Elkhorn sort of has come back in with Anna and Dahlia as well, regroup. It's like, I don't know of any other name that she'd be known by. And he kind of looks around all of you, and you can see there's a sense of kind of shame on Elkhorn's face, of like,
Elkhorn, I don't care about that. Do you know who this person is? I point to the other person.
that is our cleric, Mercion.
I was kind of curious what you were going to say.
And Elkhorn does kind of turn with you saying that I have to apologize. I have never in my life run from a battle, especially with my comrades there. I don't know what came over me.
Not important. We need to stay on task. Do you think this cleric would know this archfey?
They would only have known her as Zybilna when we arrived. I know that they were frozen shortly after the battle commenced. I was knocked out at the beginning of the battle. I don't know if any words were exchanged in the in between, but it wouldn't have been a very long period of time.
Can I inspect the cauldron?
Yeah.
Specifically looking for any kind of maybe engraving?
I was going to do an Arcana check on it.
Well, that's a natural one.
Oh, well,
It's a cauldron. It is a big cast iron cauldron that is bubbling with various liquid inside.
Actually, you're not even sure it's a cauldron at this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
You think it's a cauldron. It could be a mimic.
Damn it. Guys, don't get too close.
Red, you were going to do an Arcana on it?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
23.
23. There is a lot of magic radiating from this cauldron. Various forms, transmutive magic, evocation. It seems to be sort of like swirling in different sorts of magics. So there's a lot of power here. But you don't discern any means of control or amplification for it or how to utilize.
This shit is powerful. I don't know what all it contains, so maybe we don't drink it, but it seems there's lots of different magics going around in it.
Actually, with your survival check when you were cleaning the Jabberwock, you did notice in the corners of its mouth were some of what seems like the liquid from the cauldron. It had been feeding from it, apparently.
While I was harvesting the Jabberwock, I noticed the same liquid from that cauldron in its mouth. Perhaps that's how it gained its power.
Could we gain power?
Do you want to be the first to try?
Kinda.
So
Be my guest.
just sort of as a breakdown, you've got a couple different doors into the room. The one ahead here and the one that you entered by and this one over here all are lion head doors.
Which we cannot currently enter, or we can enter.
Both lion head and the
Bull or both.
the bull you do have access to. They just denote that you would not necessarily had you not gone through those steps. So
Understood, yeah.
Anna's gonna take the thimble that she has and dip it into the cauldron so it fills the thimble. Hand it to Eric.
okay.
Can I, I'll take the thimble. I guess does this gonna be an extension of the inspecting the cauldron if I were to now inspect the thimble before I drink it?
I'll say, like, giving it a sniff and everything, you could do an insight check.
Okay.
To see what,
Smells like snozberries.
what you gather from it.
And I think I want to get, like, if I can, include on this insight check, maybe like a dipping of my pinky.
Okay.
I love bad decisions.
Not great. 9.
9.
Man, bad rolls.
So there's a ton
Death.
Stuff that could happen
Consequences.
to me.
Excuse me.
You're
Thank.
welk.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lawrence. Welcome to Lawrence.
So you dip your pinky in. There is a like bit of a like acidic sense to it.
Okay.
You do take 1 point of acid damage.
Oh.
Like to your pinky from the touch.
My mom just being
Um,
wanting a whole bunch
it
of
smells
information.
real bad. Like it you're not getting it doesn't waft off like terribly, but like for some reason like what's in this thimble now, like when you got like close and got a whiff of it or whatever, does not have a pleasant odor to it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
This is probably gonna hurt. Going down.
Oh god.
I didn't think you would do it.
Okay.
He said kinda, and I'm like, alright,
I mean,
bet.
it is just a thimble, so we'll...
That's why I chose instead of the goblet that I have.
Holy!
What?
So,
He rolled.
I
he
rolled
high.
4 d4s. They're all 4s.
Oh.
So yeah,
You take-
swallowing an acidic liquid, you take 16 points of acid damage. Straight
Talk
down
about
your
acid
pocket.
reflux.
Yeah.
But you.
It's spicy.
That's one word for it.
What did
And it's
we
gonna go over
learn?
to Eric.
Do I have any burbling effects about me? I'm definitely burbling.
There's definitely a gurgling. There is an odd emanation of sound, but you don't know if it's a magical effect or if it's just that you have burned the inside of your
I'm gonna go over to Eric and touch his arm and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see. Perception. So, Anna, Dahlia, and Eric. Roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Let's stay on task, Eric. No.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
D20, right?
Yes. Yeah, D20 plus your perception modifier.
12.
We're all doing it, or
Just,
Just there's 3 that I said.
And then for Eric. Which is the D8?
The butts are touching. Like this.
And then we got a what?
What'd you get?
I got 24.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
I got a 10.
You got
I was gonna
2
maybe
points
use
of
my
healing.
inspiration.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
thank you.
Hooray!
Well, 2 points plus, like, Cure Wounds has a plus.
Oh,
too.
right. Plus my spell casting ability modifier.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry.
There's no way it's just 2.
So 5.
Good.
Your spell casting is only plus 3?
For wisdom,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Got it.
You know, knowing that there's more to be done in this castle, I think I might drink my health potion.
Fair enough.
I'll take the thimble back. Is there any damage to the thimble at all?
No, it does not seem to have affected the thimble.
Yay!
2 1s and 2 2s.
Yay! Well, plus an additional 2, I think. Is that right? For the greater? 44 plus 2?
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Is it? It is plus 4.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so I heal 10 from that.
Hooray!
So I'm back to where I was at the end of the fight.
Well, at least you...
Hey, Pepto-Bismol.
And here
Nausea,
is a
heartburn,
greater potion.
upset stomach,
Return.
Diarrhea! Hey! Healing potion!
It helps to know jingles.
Okay. Dahlia, you are the only one who actually hears. There are some voices, and it's beyond these doors, and probably above you. And you said 24.
Mm-hmm.
You hear some pacing. You cannot make out any words, but you hear one of the voices is angry, and there's some pacing back and forth.
And I'm the only one that hears this?
You're the only one who hears it.
And by those doors?
So it's you can tell that it's past those doors and probably above, but you don't know where exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, this direction through these doors.
I'm not sure if you guys can hear anything, but
What?
there is an angry voice I'm sensing above us with some pacing, and I think we need to go through those doors.
Immediately after this fight, what a brilliant idea.
Can I go look through the windows?
So if you walk over to the windows here and try to peer out, these are like pretty heavily stained glass, and actually you notice a lot of the stained glass through here depicts various demonic entities.
Oh.
What does that do in here?
So you're trying to kind of like find a spot where you can peer through the stained glass, but a lot of what you see through the stained glass is sort of a bluish wash and with some like sparkling energies. You're not sure what exactly you're seeing, but
Is it possible to creak the door slightly open and take a peek?
Before we
certainly try.
Before we do that, can we have Elkhorn try and unfreeze his cleric friend?
Yeah. I think that'd be a smart idea.
Well, I don't know if Elkhorn will be able to summon.
I don't have access to the unicorn horn. So.
No,
Well, somebody else is going to have to do it because it hurt me last time.
you've done it too much. What's her name?
Her name is Mercion.
Zav will go ahead and step up and put a hand on his shoulder and say, Mercion.
Okay. Let's see. So you've had three times. So you did the fourth, and were successful. So
I've never done it.
You've not.
I've never done this.
Nope.
Oh boy.
You okay?
No.
She's stress combing.
Stress combing.
Stress calming, yes.
What the fuck are you doing?
Making her life horrible. That's what a DM does.
So you take 16 points of psychic damage.
I don't even get to save anything?
And then make a wisdom save for me, please.
Motherfucker. Okay, thank fuck. 26.
Holy shit. So it takes a lot from you to draw the unicorn horn forward with this, and there is a glaring amount of energy that radiates through you as you are able to summon it. But you do successfully maintain your concentration and are able to pull it through, and Mercion revives.
Oh God!
What?
Oh, okay. We're not doing that again unless we absolutely must.
Who are
Ow.
who are you? And Elkhorn kind of says, "Calm. It's okay. Where are the hags? What's happening?
They're dead.
Yeah.
What? How? What? Where is? She is completely flummoxed. Like she you could see like as she came out of this, she was like rushing forward, and it's like come to a halt with like obviously very different circumstances in front of her.
And a dead Jabberwock.
Yeah. And oh yes, she says she does sort of like turn and is like, oh my god, where did that come from?
It was here when we got here.
It wasn't here a moment ago.
Elkhorn, maybe you should take your friend off to the side and just kind of take 5 minutes to go over things.
Well, we can. Wait, where's the League?
They're somewhere in this castle.
The League is still here.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
And Mercion kind of looks around the room, like, we should move. They're going to be coming.
Do you suggest a hiding spot?
So, Mercion... Let's see.
Look at the flights. Anything good?
Ones are cheaper right now, but they're getting low seat. Like there's not many seats left on all of them.
So, yeah. Mercion kind of rushes back in this direction and looks left and right. And like, oh my gosh, so much destruction. And
Excuse me.
he sort of turns here. Says, I don't know, but perhaps this way, and rushes toward these doors.
Perhaps. How comforting.
And presses in.
Alright, I'll follow.
Kind of like, hurry! If they're coming, we don't want to have another battle. It looks like you all have been through it with this creature.
Can I give an insight check?
Sure.
Well, yours is self-imposed.
My stomach hurts.
5.
Five?
Why is that when I don't need to roll for anything? It's super high, but when I do,
You have
it's
inspiration?
low. No, I don't. I
Oh,
already
she
used it.
already.
Oh, you used it already? Oh.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check since I'm following her?
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah, I'll do it.
you can do
I rolled a
it.
nat 20.
Okay.
Sets dice down.
I was going to let everybody do it, but I was like, I will let, because the two of you asked first. I was like, I'll let the two of you do it.
Fair.
So, yeah, Anna, you're distrusting of everyone, and that completely clouds everything for you in this case. This person has just come back. They're giving orders, and you're like, who the hell? You rush forward, and you get a sense that this person is genuinely worried about the League and wants to be away from where they think the League may come next, and is trying to assist as best they can in that situation.
I think that if she meant to mean us any harm, she would have called for them already instead of trying to help us hide.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Running.
And start moving.
We're running. It's bad.
If an animated version of us ever gets made, can we make sure that the running is just like floating?
Yeah.
Especially the time where we all like fell off that broken bridge. Oh God, how did we get here?
We're gonna have to get back a little bit to like narrow viewpoints and everything.
Oh boy.
So
First person.
you enter into the hallway. To the door immediately to your right does have a bull's head over it. And there's a long hallway down in front of you. Looks like there's a path that leads off to the left, and another doorway on the right up here. And Mercion kind of like rushes forward, goes and puts her hand on the door with the bull's head, but it doesn't open for her.
I think
And
we need
then
to open it.
Begins moving forward further down the hall, kind of like looking for next best place to go. What would you like to do?
Who's got the crown?
I think it's in our hole.
Is it in our hole?
Somebody did have it. I can't recall if it was.
I don't remember.
Is it not in the recap room?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
I
think
have that.
like Anna gave it to Envy, and was able to like present the other crown and gave it back. And you had druidcraft something, I think, to like bring it back to you, or mage hand it, if I recall correctly. And I'm not sure if it got passed around after that point or not. You have opened doors with, and it's something where like if you're all in.
Well, if he went through the last door that had a Jabberwock and it had a lion's head above the door.
It did, yes.
So then he would have it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stop. What's her name? And be like, wait, and then I'll push to open the door.
Okay.
Because if anything, it's likely that and I'll say this in character, it's likely that the guild doesn't have this crown available to open these doors, so this would probably be the best option as one of these.
Fair point.
Okay. So you all rush.
That's up to me.
And then there's a beholder inside.
you all rush into this room.
They're not from the Fey realm.
Are you closing the door behind
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you all rush into this room and close the door behind you. So this will.
More books. I don't know how to read.
More carpet with weird plants on
So
them.
the walls of this room are lined with square compartments holding bundles of rolled paper scrolls. In the middle of the room, an elderly dwarf in gray robes with spectacles resting on the tip of his bulbous nose sits perfectly still behind a writing desk facing the door. The dwarf's quill is dipped halfway into an ink pot, and his bloodshot eyes are fixed on a sheet of parchment in front of him.
Is he frozen, or is he just...
Would you like to check?
I mean, it should be pretty obvious, I would think, if he's, like, maintaining his position perfectly.
He is completely still.
So he's probably frozen. Not gonna unfreeze him.
I'm gonna check and see if he's actually frozen.
Right, make an investigation for me.
I have so many hit points, except for the fact that I don't.
I'm under half health as well.
So one I can reroll.
So lucky.
Oh my god!
Is that a one
Did you roll
again?
again? Oh my God.
Oh no!
Put that dice in the dice jail.
I thought you were throwing it at me.
That's that one.
Yeah, that dice needs to go to jail
I
forever.
can stay over there.
Oh, really? Just recall it so the cats don't swallow it at some point.
They can swallow it. It probably roll better once they shit it out.
So you go over to check
Oh no.
on this dwarf, and everything's still ringing in your head from the Jabberwock, like the crazy attitude. You swear for a moment that you see the slight rising of shoulders from like breathing, and you grab your axe and just like huff and like clock him, and it just like stops completely on the person. No damage. There's no effect at all. The person is frozen,
Okay.
but you
Clear.
were
In which each stone made each person shocked.
Would I
It's
be
just
able
a
to
safe
investigate
face.
what they're writing?
Yes.
What they possibly wrote?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation for me.
18.
18. So, you actually know this dwarf is named Kilimanzaros.
Kilimanjaros?
Yes.
Kilimanjaro.
This is Zybilna's clerk.
Okay.
And is basically writing notes and records of the various scrolls within the room. So it's sort of an organization list of Zybilna's vast array of various spell scrolls.
Spells? No.
Is there any fun scrolls listed among the list that might help us?
Are you asking me, or are you asking?
Oh, I don't know. Have you told us what you saw?
Not yet.
Okay, well then I'm not asking anything because I don't know jack shit about what's happening right now.
You and I have that in common.
So, as you go around to the various sort of cubbies of where the spell scrolls are, you go to reach for one of the scrolls.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. There is a sort of whoosh as your hand hits an invisible wall of energy.
Great.
These seem to be sealed by some kind of magical effect that you're not able to get to them. The list that was being documented for the current section has some very basic scrolls. Scroll of identification. There was a scroll to make water. And then there were a couple scrolls that were like explicitly like a person's name. You're not sure what those do. But there's also next to this dwarf a letter that is partially written that says, Dear Rotten Ethel, you have requested access to ancient rituals handed down by Baba Yaga herself. Rituals that can be used to fulfill bargains. I regret to inform you that Igwilv is unwilling to share her knowledge of these rituals with you at this time. Your coven has much work to do to earn her favor. Until then, she wishes you well in your dealings with mortal... And it draws off. It was writing out mortals, but only got to the A.
Apple, huh?
So we know that Igwilv is not the Baba Yaga.
Yes. Could we assume that this is the coven that we've been dealing with? Was this a name for one of them that maybe before?
That would be a question for Elkhorn and our cleric friend.
Or I more even so mean the hags.
Oh.
Did one of the hags go by this name before they came into power?
I don't know.
Rotten Ethel?
Yeah, Rotten Ethel. I am not familiar.
Can we go into the room further to see what the desk and stuff, or is?
Well, I do know the story.
Oh, it's just more.
Sort of...
Oh,
I
okay.
don't recognize
Excuse
the
me.
name.
Ken?
Yeah, the name does not ring a bell for anyone here, including Alcorn.
Including probably Dahlia, too.
Yeah, Dahlia does not recognize the name.
And do we know, is the Baba Yaga the mother hag?
Who knows?
Hag of hags?
Your guess is as good as ours.
Hag of hags.
It would make sense. Rumors of the Baba Yaga go back since a long time.
Open sesame. I also reach.
And hand just bounces off of the energy as well.
Please. I reach again.
Same thing.
Abracadabra.
Can an Arcana check be done?
You can do an Arcana check, but
I don't know if I'll get anything.
yeah.
But he says.
but
I'll roll Arcana.
I mean, Arcana will not necessarily give you
the
way to dispel something. It would just give you sort of an understanding of what might be going on.
If one of those actually
27.
works at some point,
27.
I might just die.
You sense that this is similar to like a Wall of Force spell, but it's been manipulated and changed, and it's unfamiliar in its current form for like how it works or how it would potentially be dispelled.
I'll go back up to the cleric, who's probably still at the door, and just be like, do you sense if they're coming near us, if they've stopped their search?
So Mercion kind of like leans toward the door and listens for a minute. 2. I'm not able to hear anything from them at this point.
We heard voices and movement above us originally in the other room, and voices through a different door.
I'm not overly familiar with the layout of the palace. We were brought directly to Zybilna when we arrived in Prismere. Presented our case for trying to stop the League of Benevolence from their cause, but the hags attacked and we were caught in a battle between the League, and Zybilna was rushing to stop the hags when everything changed suddenly, and you were here, and she was a statue, it seems.
How powerful is this league?
I mean, we have done battle with them many times and have often only come to stalemates with them. So I can only tell you from my own perspective that they are formidable foes.
How strong are you?
I like to think that I am a decently accomplished adventurer at this point. It's hard to quantify.
Do you know where the rest of your crew are in the castle?
I know that Ringelrun was fighting with Kalek, and that Strongheart was engaged with Warduk when the group split up. I believe Strongheart and Warduk, it looked like were going up a set of stairs. Kalek and Ringelrun. Find them real quick. I believe the whole area that was destroyed around from where we were was where Ringelrun and Kalek were having their fight. I assume they were somewhere within that area unless they moved forward before being frozen. But I don't know exactly which of the rooms.
Well, unfortunately, nothing in this room is going to help us because the scrolls are being protected by some sort of a ball of energy that I'm not familiar with. That's been manipulated.
I don't know if they have means to open the doors at this point, but this may give us at least some reprieve. We want to gather ourselves and
Do you want to take a short rest here, or
At least.
I could do with at least a short rest, yeah.
Sure. So we have
Nice
that.
little
So
nap.
you all kind of take turns listening at the door to see if you hear anyone coming by across the hour. So during your short rest, you are able to use your hit die to gain back hit points if you've been injured.
Able to what?
Hit die. So like on your main screen, you should see a number of hit dice.
Number of hit dice. Nope.
Let's see if I can find it for you real quick.
I don't remember either.
Okay.
If you're on D&D Beyond, if you click short rest, it should tell you what your hit die are.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta find my short rest.
Oh,
It's up top.
even know what that means. Okay.
Okay, so
What does that mean? One dice plus 4?
automatically play healing with dice.
8. Oh, wait, hang on. So that's 6, so that's 10.
So you can either roll on there or you can do it yourself.
What do I roll? What I'm...
So it's your hit die. So you do
I
one.
don't know what that is.
You do 1d6 plus 4.
Okay, so this is my d6?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, get
So
all
I
my
have to
wild
do-
shapes.
So you
back.
roll
4
that.
times?
No, so you roll that and then add 4 to it.
Oh,
So,
I added.
my first one's 10.
Okay.
Regain spell slots is half of your level.
What?
It's different for different
Yeah.
creatures. So
For-
that's specifically a druid thing.
No,
Yeah,
hang
for
on.
druid it says
I don't think
each
I
user
regain
spends
any.
spell slots to cover. The spell slots have
Oh.
a
Oh, no.
combined level that is equal to or less than half of your druid
I'm
level.
confused.
Actually, let me just
Round it up.
do it this
So
way.
I don't think you add
So
to hit
we'll
dice.
take
I think it's.
We'll
I mean,
take the 6,
Mm.
and then just roll an additional 3. So
A short rest is a
6
period of downtime, at least 1 hour, during which the character does nothing more than straight.
plus 9. Do one more.
So
I'm used to long rests.
So
Okay.
me too.
29.
I'm good with what I have.
If you click short rest, then it tells you
It
how.
just tells me hit die 1 die 6 plus 4. I don't know what that is.
So you're going to roll the dice
Which
and
I
then
did.
add whatever plus it says to that, and that is the amount of hit points you get to regain.
But yeah, it gives me the option to like add more to it.
Your
But
hit
yeah,
points
like
and
if
your
I
health.
hit it, it
If you add more hit dice, you get to automatically apply more. I think it's per hit dice.
and so you don't add your modifier to it for
There is
There is a mod.
It does
There's
say
a mod.
10d plus 2 when I
Yeah,
when I click it.
mine was also plus 2.
It's a d10 plus 2 for each hit dice.
I'm so
Oh, sorry, you're right. You're correct.
And so if I hit it 3 times, then I got to do plus 6 because it's 2 per hit dice.
Well,
So
how do
if
you
I
determine
roll-
how do you determine the amount of hit dice though? Because like,
I don't know
literally-
how it determines, but on D&D Beyond, you have so many hit dice that you are allowed to select
well, yeah, that's the thing.
per
it's-
long rest.
I'm pretty sure you get as many hit die as you have levels.
Yeah, it's your level.
Oh.
Yeah. So sorry. You have 10 total hit dice, which are the it's a D6, which is the
Okay.
like regular looking one.
right.
On a short rest, you can roll any number of hit die up to the 10 total. When you long rest, you regain hit die back up to half your. So you regain like 5 per like long rest night. So the way this works basically is you take short rests between your like overnight long rest.
Yeah.
If you were to use 4 hit dice right now, so you would roll the d6 4 times, add that up, add the is yours plus 2 on the
Plus 4.
plus 4. So you would add plus 4 each time you do that. So like if you roll a d6, you get a 2, you add 4, so that's 6 off of that one. So then second one, third one, fourth one, you do that each time.
So
and you add that number to your hit points.
So answer my question because I think this is where it's getting confused. So I have 10 amount of dice that I can roll.
Yeah.
But if I use all 10 now, that means the next short rest I don't get to use any.
Yeah, you won't have any
Yeah.
at that point.
So I just use the amount that I want to try and recover the amount of hit points I want. That's
Yep.
what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use as many as you want.
So where's your life at? You're at 58.
Like me, I'm only using maybe
82. So if we want to try and heal you up, you get 1d6 plus 4, which is 10, and you're at 58.
And you can roll them one at a time too. So
Right.
what I would
Well, I
say
only
is
have 1d6.
yeah.
So,
So go
I've
ahead
got
and
more
go ahead
if
and
you
roll
need
it
to
once.
borrow some.
okay.
So go ahead and roll the dice once.
Okay, 4.
And then you add the 4, so that's 8. So add 8 to your hit points.
You just go
Oh, to there. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
to there
That's why I'm
and
confused.
do 8 heal.
Okay.
So
And
then
then
if you want to roll another, so you've used one
So
hit.
then I've
Something
used one
better.
hit and I have to do that,
Yeah.
right? Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
You
but
don't
we
have
just
any
don't
more
want to
hit point-
automatically
hit die?
apply healing with
I
dice
do,
result
I
because then
just-
it'll do a dice.
I guess I
on
could
here.
expend some more.
Gotcha. Okay. But I roll 4 times. No. 4. Yeah. 4.
So I would say
57%.
roll how much that you think.
not
So like I would do it one at a
Yeah, I
time.
should
So
probably
you
do some
rolled
more.
once there. Go ahead and add add it to it.
Let's do
10, 5.
2 more, I guess.
I'm gonna do it
So
3
now
times.
so now you've used 2 total.
Wait, what? Did I put?
So that's 11.
How do I add
That's
to
an
hit
additional
heal?
15.
Yeah, if you put hit the number and then I think you have to put the number in and then hit heal.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 2 more.
Did I do that? Nope.
78%. That's a lot better.
That's better.
It's way better. That's better, much better.
Yeah, so I'm showing you at 66 now. Is that
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. I did half the amount that I need for. I could have used all of them in Anna, but 5 was good enough for now. So hit apply changes.
I thought I did, so then I didn't on the last one then. Oh, I didn't on the last one.
So what was the one before that?
5.
So then do an
So I
additional
think you
5.
I had 8 and then 5 for the 2 that you've done.
Yep. And then the one previously I rolled.
Which we did add.
Okay,
I
but I
remember doing
didn't
that.
roll the last one.
Didn't mean to be
Well, I did roll the last one, but it didn't. I thought I updated in here, but it didn't.
So
I
add 5.
added
Add 5. And apply
Okay, and
changes
I'm
3.
good.
Okay, so then
So
I want to
rolled
just
3
go
times.
to your
So
short
then
rest.
I gotta do that, right? That I rolled 3 times.
And then take a short rest, yep.
Okay. Confirm.
Confirm, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
And we'll figure out if it needs to mark off the 3. But you've used 3 hit dice
Yes.
for this, so you're currently down to 7 total. So
And I've used 5 because I was dying.
Yeah,
I'm still not even 3/4 of the way to fall.
yeah, I used 7, and I'm about 3/4 of the way.
So
So
did you figure out your spells?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
that was hurt bad.
Right, and everybody else is kind of where they need to be. For the moment.
Eric, blade
So
strike.
Across the hour, as you're sort of like bandaging and tending to your wounds and everything, and taking your short rest, druids are getting a little bit of her spell slots. About 20 minutes in, and by this point, I'll say, Zab, you were the one sort of like listening at the door. You did hear some movement through the hallway. How could they have killed the beast? Where are they now? Like, just come with me. And you hear them sort of like rushing past. They do not attempt to open the door where you are, but they are looking for you.
Uh-oh. We should bring the battle to them. If you're willing. We can't hide all day.
Can't do that.
I feel a little better now, so.
You do all get the sense that like a long rest is probably not going to be possible here.
No.
But this at least gave you some cover for the moment. You still do not know specifically if they can or cannot open these doors.
Especially down at the end of the hallway, we might have them
Cornered.
maybe.
Do we? But we don't know that that's the league specifically, right? That's just
You
voices.
just heard voices.
Yeah, and we don't know specifically. If
And unfortunately, by the time you were able to call over like Elkhorn or Mercion, they passed enough that they couldn't hear them. Where would we like to go?
Let's do
Or
this.
do we back out to the hall, or
It's now or never.
Might as well go back out to the hall.
Might as well
Let's
just,
do it.
just take
Nothing
a
we can
peek.
do in here.
3 heads.
okay? I will say
Eric.
The 3 Stooges.
Yes.
I'm always at the bottom. So short.
Dull.
who's opening the door.
I will. Just because.
Me shield.
Okay.
Because I'm the meat shield.
And I'm
I mean
You-
tank.
You are attempting to open the door quietly. You are prepared trying to open the door quietly at this point. So what I will say is, I will give you advantage on this because like you have the 2 things that are crossing each other out.
Okay.
But because you're kind of being assisted by the rest and like opening this, roll a stealth check to open the door.
Thank God I don't have disadvantage anymore. 16.
16. So you kind of like, and there is like this ka-choom, like that goes through the hallway a little bit of the door releasing. There's a magical effect that cannot kind of be. It's good. We pause for a second. Listen. There doesn't seem to be any additional movement, so you edge the door open, and there's no sound. You are able to keep the door quiet and opening. So you peer back into the hallway, and it is basically as you left it. There's nobody up or down the hallway that you would come to.
I feel like we should play the Pink Panther theme while this is going on.
I was thinking more yakety sax.
This music makes me just think of like sneaking around in Hogwarts.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it is kind of a similar power.
Yeah.
Well, thoughts, do we want to try and find a stairwell away from the central chamber to try and take them by surprise? So I feel if we go back to where the Jabberwock is and take a stairwell from there, we'd have a riskier chance of running directly into whoever might be about.
Am I correct in saying that we believe we heard the sounds going that direction?
Yes, you did. You did hear them. So they definitely came to the chamber where you had fought the Jabberwock.
Yep.
Like kind of like we're looking around. The fact that it took about 20 minutes makes you think they probably went around a lot of that area first into the other adjacent rooms, and then came down, rushing down this hallway. But you did hear them go down the hallway. You're not 100% sure if they would have turned here or kept going down.
I say we just try to. I say we check as we go.
All right.
Fair enough.
I'll follow right behind Red and kind of push him.
I would laugh at it.
Not too much. You don't want me to trip and make a giant clang with all my
That's
armor.
true. No. It's just like a gentle you first.
Let's put the high AC person up. So what is marching order? So Red's at the front, Eric's right behind.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay, so you're taking up the middle.
I will wipe up the rear.
Okay, so Dahlia, you're like second to last before. Okay.
Oh, that was Chris.
That was better. For wiping.
It was, you needed the whole hand.
Okay, so you are able to see as you get down to this point. There is another doorway here, and this hallway does sort of take a turn to the left.
A turn for the worst.
Which way would you like to go from?
Split the party.
No.
I think we'll be doing that.
Absolutely not.
Everyone turns.
I thought you just storm. We're both.
Let's go.
And meanwhile, Zap's just like, oh, they must have be getting along now because they both said no at the same time.
I say let's go left
that's so
and
funny.
check,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
fine-
continue if they're not
I'm
there.
fine with checking left
Yeah.
Okay. So
at a slow.
That way, maybe we are cornering them. then.
Less backtrack.
Yeah.
Head.
So, as you turn down this hallway, there is another doorway here to the right.
God.
But that one is not, there's no special markings on the door, it's just a door.
Can we lean up against the door and see if we hear anything?
Sure, make a perception check for me.
Perception check. Where's my perception?
Can I provide a help action?
Sure, yeah, you can roll with the advantage. So you both kind of lean up against the door and I'll let them roll.
Cup your hand like this.
15.
That's some real spy
15.
shit right there.
So you lean up against the door and you wait 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You're not hearing anything as best you can tell from the room.
I think it'd be safe to crack.
Yeah, so I'll slowly open the door and peek my helmed head in.
And I'll carry forward the stealth from before. With this one, because it's not a magical door, there is no click or anything. You're able to like very slowly twist the handle until the catch releases and open the door very slowly and quietly. So you peer into the room. This is gonna be
Into the room.
difficult. Sorry, I'm trying to like keep as much of the palace hidden
Yes,
while doing this
it's a
at the same
dungeon.
time.
Uh-oh.
I don't
see
know if I like
bones. I see a
that. I see a
giant
big,
ass
giant
owl.
owl.
So
Oh, and it
And I
has.
see a lot of bones.
so you.
Friend.
Like that.
Friend.
So an enormous owl stands perfectly still in the middle of this room.
Still don't like that.
Its wings partially outstretched. A wall of iron bars stretching from the floor to the ceiling forms a protective barrier around the chamber's entrance. So you are sort of inside the bars from the entrance here, looking into this room where the owl's kept.
Look at the big baby.
Turn back and go.
So,
We found Cullis's dad.
Too soon.
The wall across from the double door has a 20-foot wide circular opening sealed with hinged semicircular windows in wrought iron frames. The marble floor is littered with the bones of giant rats.
Giant rats.
Great.
The giant rats or a giant owl? That makes sense.
Well,
How tall are the bars on the floor?
The bars are all about 1 foot apart as far as the openings.
Okay. Is the owl like moving?
I think it's frozen.
No, the owl appears to be frozen.
Damn it!
Can we find any levers or locks on this barred?
Make an investigation check for me.
Come on, big money.
6.
6.
I am
Nope, nothing. And I mean, to be fair, if there were like an obvious lever or whatever, you'd see it. There's nothing here.
Okay.
But you also do not find any like hidden means of opening or
Okay.
getting through.
Is there any engraving as far as like a name of what this owl is anywhere?
Dahlia, roll a history check for me. Sorry, Allison.
History? What?
Yeah, roll a history check. So D20 and your history modifier.
Because that was me that asked it.
I know.
Okay, wasn't sure.
because she
18.
lives here.
18. You do know this creature is named Buckbeak.
Buckbeak?
Buckbeak.
Oh, sorry, Bloody Beak. Sorry.
Bloody Beak.
Bloody Beak.
Okay, I was like, Buckbeak.
Don't sue us, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, right. You know, this is actually a creature that Zybilna kept in order to keep the Jabberwock in check.
Oh boy.
You know that it is very loyal to her, but you know it is kept sealed in here for a reason, for the protection of everyone else in the palace.
Okay. So
I don't think we should raise this gate. This creature's name is Bloody Beak, and it was used by Zybilna to keep the Jabberwock in check. So
That
unless
thing
you guys
kicked
want a
our
huge
butts.
battle,
Well, it also looks like it's frozen in time, anyways.
is it possible to persuade the creature to go after the League in this castle?
I believe the creature only listens to Zybilna.
And she's frozen.
So until we can unfreeze Igvilv Zabina, the
Zybilna.
statue formerly known as Invel.
So, I will also say, Zav, roll me a perception check.
Gladly.
This is kind of a retcon perception check.
Shit, I was grabbing it and it cocked and I didn't see what it actually came up on.
Just reroll.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay, 17.
17. So, during the battle with the Jabberwock, when you saw Zoretic trying to call using Igwilv as the name, you saw how it damaged him, and similarly then afterwards when you brought back Mercion, how it damaged you.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to be worse for you.
Yeah.
It seems like each progressive time that you're calling the unicorn horn, it is both more difficult to pass the check to call it, and you will take more damage with it.
I was thinking
So-
that was my hunch, but I was hoping it was like per person because Red had done it so many times that I'd be okay because I'd never done it, but that doesn't seem to be the case,
That
unfortunately.
does not seem to be the case.
No.
So not even worth attempting.
So, yeah,
Only unless we absolutely have to, like with Zybilna.
What a shame.
so,
Do we really pick the right one by
Ooh,
picking
geez.
Dahlia?
That was not what I wanted to do.
Well,
So I'm gonna,
Let's
kinda
leave.
zoom out here a little bit. So you do see like there is sort of a means for
That's not a rat.
for it to escape here. if it were unfrozen, but they are not open at the moment. So
Let's continue on, I guess.
All right.
Back the way we came.
So back to the hallway.
There goes gravity.
So we're going on
So
to
back to this door.
Back to that door where I listen in again.
That was me losing gravity. Sorry.
Are we doing the same thing with advantage with
I
him?
was talking.
yeah.
I was like, oh no.
So 20 unnatural.
Dirty 20. So you move
Natural
against
20.
the door for a moment, and you hear kind of this like almost odd smacking sound. There's this,
Oh.
and then
Sorry.
Who's making out?
The mouth
you
noises.
hear a tear of some kind of material or something.
I don't like that.
I think something's eating in there.
Thoughts? Do you want to try and go in and ambush whoever this is, or do you want to just try and move on?
Well, they had to have come this way, right?
I'm not for this.
If it's one of the league members, could be potentially worth ridding.
Zarek, make an insight check for me.
An insat check. There it is.
Oh well, my God.
19?
19. This was not a human eating. It was something much bigger.
This is not a human size eat. The sounds definitely
all the
seem like
leaves
some kind of a
human?
monster of
They're not
abnormal
all
size.
human, but they're all human-sized. This is something much bigger.
Perhaps it's eating one of them.
If so, then maybe we just leave it be.
Yep. I'd rather avoid unnecessary fights.
Can we at least take a look? To ensure?
No.
Let's move on.
Just gonna.
Back away.
Back away. So you're coming back down the hallway.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah, toward the main area that you entered from, where all your pieces have been left. So as you get to this area, the doors are still open here from where the league had come through. So you kind of approach slowly,
So
and
what was the league? Wow.
you try to take a look into the room as best as you can. This guy needs to go because it's no longer there.
Yep,
certainly.
he does not exist anymore.
Um,
Bye. Served your purpose
You
well.
do not see from the opening of the door from where you are anyone moving or any signs of people still in these rooms.
Is Zybilna still in the room?
Zybilna is still there. First.
Okay.
This room actually has about 16 or so of Zybilna's court in it as well.
okay.
Oh, Jesus.
So various humans, dwarves, elves are kind of here and there about in this room, but they're all frozen.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna take the opportunity because I wanted to earlier, but then had poisoned myself. Can I grab what's left of the Jabberwock head, understanding there's not any fangs, but throw it into the hole?
You're gonna keep
legitimately.
Okay. Yeah, you can stick the head in.
I always like proof that we've done something.
Just rotting flesh.
Maybe somebody will need to be convinced of our.
Yeah, I will say just as a point of awareness.
Yep.
The portable hole does not preserve.
Right.
So,
I understand.
So the next time we go into the portable hole, it's gonna smell like nothing
Pleasant.
good. And you're gonna be responsible for cleaning that.
I'll clean my hole.
Wow.
Good.
oh God.
Wow.
You make sure you wipe it all.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
Everyone should be cleaning their holes.
Moving on. So, you've obviously come back into the room to do this. I will say from that vantage point, there's sort of a round table through into the next room here, and then a few like side rooms as well from where you can see. And there are the doors from like whence you came, as well as the door facing outward, So the door here and the door facing outward that
At the
was where you
creepy voices.
originally heard the voices from. But again, the voices from there were at some distance and upward.
Perhaps we go through that door.
I do also recall that before we came into there was a stairwell right in that other area we could also try going up to.
But that's where we said we would avoid an ambush.
I'm just afraid if we go into that room, if they're upstairs and it's like a balcony situation, they could maybe potentially see us.
My thought is that they've ran from this room, correct? So it should be unoccupied.
Potentially.
I'll go with the general consensus.
So real quick, before you guys move forward to other rooms, did you want to sort of step into and explore these three that are... It's open, but you haven't really, like, taken a good look at them yet.
Okay, I guess I had assumed that those were like large wings or... Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well.
Yeah.
We'll start
Could be
to-
something useful. Especially if the DM's bringing it up.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
So all of these are sort of like staterooms, and you can see they're ruined. The destruction from them seems likely to have been caused by the Jabberwock coming in and out through this area in a means that wasn't the usual case. The room to the right here, there really isn't anything to discover in. You kind of take a quick glance around through it without seeing anything. As is this portion of the room on the left, with the exception that there is a further passage into another room beyond it. The room with the round table.
Looks like a bunch of tables made
I
into
know,
one.
Chamber contains a round marble-topped table ringed with high-backed chairs. Between the table and the curved wall of tall, slender windows stands a motionless, white-haired wizard wielding a staff that has glittering frost erupting from its tip.
Enough!
Anna's gonna go over and take her and just on the toe.
Very much the same, like, you hear like a kung and is absolutely frozen.
Clear.
Mercion and Alcorn come into the room and both identify this individual as Ringrun.
Ah, so one of their allies?
Yes.
Should we unfreeze an ally?
There will be a cost.
It gets harder every time. More dangerous.
Perhaps as a last effort.
I mean,
Mercian does say, Ringrun is one of the strongest of our order, but I also understand the hesitation of if it is difficult or painful to draw out people with this.
Both.
Would you be able to heal one of us significantly?
The hell are you?
Hmm?
I'm looking for a spell. Oh, there you are. Oh, because you don't go past first level, that's why.
I could cast Cure Wounds twice and Revivify twice if necessary. But
That's all.
that is my ability for the day.
I could take it on.
Anna disapproves.
Huh?
Anna disapproves.
You sure, Eric?
Unimpressed, more like it.
I think so. I think if we can use a cure wounds afterwards, and I'll try one of these beads first before we resort to that. But I think first things first, let's unfreeze Ringrun here.
If you're sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was willing to drink acid. Should be.
Well, that was just stupid.
There's no need to be hurtful. All right, what do
So
I reach out, I saunter over,
saunter over.
and I place my hand on his shoulder,
Oh my god.
and I say, "Ringle run."
Oh God! Usually, I love that sound.
From him, never.
No, not from him.
So
Just in general, like math rocks go clacky clack, but I don't like this one.
you take 20 points
No!
of psychic damage.
And you have to roll.
Uh-huh.
And please make a wisdom save for me.
Wisdom save.
Uh-huh. You're so wise.
Add 3, because we are going to be in close.
Yeah, I'll say you can
Okay.
add 3.
Okay. So I get +5. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Yeah, you better.
That did not help. With inspiration, is it technically advantage or is it the reroll?
I think it's a reroll.
So you can take either one.
Okay.
So if the first one was higher, you can still
Okay, then altogether 11.
11. That is not you. So you attempt to call forth the unicorn horn, and you're concentrating and pulling, and there's searing pain coming up your arm and into your head from this. And you clench and hold on and hold on and hold on until you just possibly can't anymore. You're knocked back and actually knocked to your back. And you take the damage, but the unicorn horn does not.
God damn.
So Mercion comes
Being
forward.
unimpressed with what this cleric can do, I'm like, I'm snapping at you.
Better her spell slots than mine.
If that's all
So
you
you can see Mercion's kind of like perturbed at the attitude a little bit, but does come over to Eric. I really appreciate your efforts to revive our ally, and places a hand upon your chest. And
I'm sorry that I couldn't help.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. I have +8 on wisdom saves.
It's gonna be even worse for you now.
The checks keep getting more and more difficult every time. I'm 90% sure.
yeah, not a good cure was.
And are we gonna have to eventually do this to Zybilna as we figure out
More than likely.
her real name? Her real name?
Real name.
Well, why don't we just hold off for now, and then if we get in a bind fighting the League, we can try and retreat back here.
Mercion is able to give you 5 points back.
So you're still 15 down.
Rolled very low on the D8. But
Anna's gonna hand over one of her greater healing potions to Eric.
I nod. Thank you.
So we're in the round table room right now.
Yeah, that was very good for
That
me.
was
Thank you.
good.
11.
+4.
+4. 15.
actually, while we're doing that,
I'm totally back now. He's back, baby!
Worth a shot.
I think it's just place it on the table.
Sneak it in there.
It's what?
Oh, what the
Man,
fuck are you doing?
bring
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That just came out without. I could not stop that.
I'm very sad.
Why is the wizard floating?
Gandalf! Gandalf, what are you doing?
What a pretty wall. Oh.
Yeah, so he is frozen, but
In the
In the air?
Yep.
That's cool. I wish I could do that.
yeah, so that is Ring Run.
Well,
Like his beard.
Mm-hmm. That is very epic. Must have taken him a long time to grow that. Kind of looks like Deckard Cain.
It's been a while. Listen.
Thank you, God. I'm glad someone got it.
We're losers.
So,
I'm a loser, but you win, so why don't you kill me?
are you leaving this and moving on to the next
Yeah,
space?
I'm gonna
or
move
you-
on to the next
or Are
round.
you making another attempt?
Fuck this wizard.
No, we're not making it. No.
I will
I'm not
attempt
gonna-
if it's the last resort and we need his assistance to fight the League.
Mhm.
Or
Or to
afraid of it being too late. I'm not trying to push you to do it right now, but I am voicing my concern.
It's valid.
But I don't want you to have to suffer what I just suffered, because that was awful.
Can only specific people do it?
It seems like those of us who have been affected by this blip timeness, the group here, the fates that we've become, have this ability to unfreeze people because we have a connection to her friend who is in possession of this unicorn horn somehow, and the unicorn horn is key to bringing them back, but it seems like each time we try, it's now causing psychic damage.
It's more difficult to conjure every time as well.
As he says all of this, you do recall, after having been brought back by this horn yourself, subsequently, you were aware of the sort of time blip nature when, I believe it was Rufino returned. You had visions and memory of what she had experienced through this. So, you may or may not be connected to this as well.
Something I can try?
You can certainly try.
I'm scared.
That
I am scared of that.
that
What
phrase-
just happened right there?
that phrase evokes fear in every player.
It is intentional.
Yes.
It hurts a lot.
It was not pleasant.
Very tempted to try though.
How wise are you? That's on a scale of like 1 to 10.
Why wasn't I? So
So-
we're talking wisdom?
You have to
Wisdom
do a
save.
wisdom save of.
Ew. Well.
That's why I was volunteering to do it because I have
I
a
was
plus
like,
8
my
on
wisdom save is
saves.
a +7.
Yeah, same.
And I'm a tank as
Mine's
well.
only +2.
I am only +2.
So
So it's...
Yeah, it's us three basically.
I haven't tried.
I'm here for moral support.
That is not soothing.
It's entirely up to you. Just as a reminder, it seems to be getting more difficult each time.
Mhm.
So, if this person...
And I've been having bad luck rolls all fucking night.
I've had good luck.
Maybe it
like
was the sprite that did it.
The sprite has cursed you.
It is. Leave it.
Okay.
For now.
So you kind of back away from the round table. Did you want to go forward and check out this additionally attached room here?
Yeah, why not?
So you come forward,
hole.
sort of to the edge of this room. And get, that's 25.
Man, this place is falling apart.
So, bathing room. Steam rises from a murky bathing pool. Tiled floor around the bath is cracked and ruined, as though something huge had stomped across it. Whatever caused this damage also left a gaping hole in one wall, through which you can see open air and the twilight sky. So, without having to roll anything, you all pretty well surmise this is how the Jabberwock was coming in and out of this area.
How inconsiderate.